So we woke up today with one less hour of sleep because of time change. And we also woke up today realizing that oil is going to spike, and it has spiked to $117 a barrel. Now, tomorrow when you watch the television, a lot of analysts are going to tell you that things are different right now, that this oil price will not affect the economy. And that's bullshit. It's going to affect the economy. Now, obviously, our economy has advanced. We got more oil production here in the United States. We have more fuel efficient cars. We have renewable energies, and we're just better at producing oil. And I understand that we have more oil around the world that's produced. However, when the oil prices go up over $100, it will have major effects, and it's already there right now. It affects everything, all our household goods, manufacturing, diesel prices, airlines, manufacturing, supplying, everything. Now, oil go over $125, there's a strong chance we are headed to a recession. Each time we've had a recession, oil has spiked. If you look at 2008, spiked to $147. You look at like 2022 with a growth slowdown, spiked to over $100 something. Usually when it's over $100 something, we have a downturn in the economy. But again, you look at television and they're going to tell you these things, but do the math yourself and do your own research. And please note, just because oil has spiked and just because it may be going to $125 or more, doesn't mean it's going to cause a recession. What happens usually is the recessions, it happens once the oil has lowered down, once the prices have lowered down. Usually oil causes inflation. It causes people to pull back on their spending. It causes the Federal Reserve to have higher interest rates to slow down the inflation. And then once all that happens, once the oil spikes come down, the oil price come down, that's usually when we go into a recession. So nobody can time it. Nobody can tell you. Nobody knows. But these are some of the indicators that most economists know that oil triggers a slowdown when oil prices go higher. See, what happens, people thought that we was going to get in Iran and get out of Iran really quick. But these people have been prepared for 20, 30 years, preparing for this moment. It ain't just going to be that easy. And we don't know why we went to war or what's going to happen, why we there, what's the long-term effects. All I know is oil is up right now. And it's because of the war. There may be other reasons, but mainly the war in Iran. So it's going to affect our pockets. It's going to affect the stock market. It's going to affect everything we do as long as this war continues to go on. And that's a fact. They can tell you that the economy is running strong, but oil is in everything. And once those prices go up, they're already up, so it's kind of too late. But once they start going through the supply avenues, and once they start going to the consumer products, it's going to affect our pockets. And it's sad because they don't give us the truth on television. And sometimes for a lot of us, we got to go to social media to try to get some realness. That's what this channel is about. I don't play those games about like what if, and no, I'm like, hey, you know what? Like, it's here. You know, these prices are high. So take advantage of it. Be prepared. Have some cash on the side because we might have some stock prices real low. And I don't get all emotional about the prices of oil and everything. I'm just telling you that if they go up to $125, $140, and it stays there for about 2-3 weeks, yeah, stock prices are going to go way down. And this is your chance. If you want to be wealthy, might be the chance for us. This may be the chance to buy stocks at all-time low. We haven't had a recession or a big downturn in such a long time that rubber band has been stretched and stretched and stretched. And once it pops, these prices are going to fall. And then you're going to start seeing the cockroaches out there. You're going to start seeing all the bad loans, all the bad credit, and it's going to come out. And then they're going to start firing people, which is going to suck for a lot of us. For a lot of people who have regular jobs, it's going to suck. But when we get out of this, it's going to be a nice situation. And if you are investing in the stock market, it's going to be even better for you if you continue to buy stocks, even when stocks go down. You buy them stocks as it go down. I don't care how far it go down. You just continue to buy those stocks. $5 here, $20 here, $30 here, whatever you got, just throw it in there. When those stocks go down, just continue to buy because you don't know the bottom and you don't know when it's going to reach the top. So just continue to buy them or buy it at the bottom. And that's how you get wealthy in this situation. And I'm going to be here along with you guys, telling you what stocks you should buy, giving suggestions, making sure you pay attention to all those growth stocks, all those stocks that came out a couple years ago. You may want to make sure you pay attention to those stocks, the stocks that just came out like 3, 4, 5 years ago, because a lot of credits in those stocks. And a lot of people are leveraging those stocks. And those are going to be the ones that get hit first. Those high flyers, all those AI stocks, all of those computing stocks, some of the restaurants that just came out, to all those IPOs that literally just came out, the ones that are like $40, $50, those are the ones going to be hit really, really hard. They're going to go down to like 20, 10, 5, 2. Some of the Bitcoin companies, the Bitcoin mining companies, the gold mining companies, they're going to get hit really, really hard. And if you want to dip your toe in those stocks when they do get hit hard and ride them up, that'd be a good thing. Now, a lot of them will go bankrupt. So you got to do your research and make sure you pick the ones that got free cash flow, the ones that are sustainable, that's going to make it to the opposite side or other side of if we have a recession. If you think they're going to make it to the other side of a recession, you got to invest in those. You got to throw like $1,000 in there into some stocks and just let it sit and ride for like 5, 6 years, because these are going to be opportunities for you. This oil price shock is going to affect the stock market, and do not let the news analysts tell you otherwise. This may be it. And this is probably what we've been waiting for as a whole, because things are so expensive that we kind of almost need a recession to bring prices down. And again, it's going to suck because a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. A lot of people are going to lose their homes. But it's one of those cycles that has to happen. We have to have those business cycles. And this oil shock may cause that recession to happen a lot faster than what a lot of economists thought it was going to happen. And on this channel, I just make sure that my 9 to 5 brothers are well informed of what's going on. Do not fall asleep at the wheel, and do not just like say, oh, well, we're going to win this war and everything is going to be fine. We don't know that. We really don't know that. Obviously, we're all rooting to make sure that we are safe here because we got family and we were born here, but we don't know what's going to happen over there. Nobody knows, because we don't have that type of intel and everything. People can speculate and all this stuff. All I know is that Iran is a big country, and they've been preparing for this for a long time. And they're using cheap drones to fight our expensive missiles. And they are right there in the region with all the oil production, major oil production. They're right there in the Arabian Sea where the major supply ships go through in the Strait of Hormuz right there. And they're causing all types of destruction. So all I know is things are not looking good right now. Could they look better? Absolutely. But for us that invest into the stock market, and that you have long-term investments and generational wealth for your family, this is important to you because you can take advantage of this. Oil prices may cause a recession. If we have a recession, stocks are lower. If stocks are lower, that means they don't sell. You want to buy when everybody else is scared. So the VIX volatility index is up to 29 right now. Usually when it gets above 30, 40, 50 is panic mode. You definitely want to put everything in your money into that thing. But right now, if it's above 30, you might want to start nibbling a little bit, buy some stocks. When it gets like 35, buy more stocks. Once they get to 50, you may want to sell some items and pawning so you can get some cash so you can buy these stocks. And that's real, because once the VIX gets to like 50 something, 60, we know that's going to drop. Like there's no way it's going to keep going. So at that point, that's when you start seeing the white of people's eyes, and you start seeing people really, really scared. And that's when you really got to go all in. Once that VIX hits about 45 to about 50-ish, you want to buy as many stocks as you can. And right now, the VIX is at 29. I think it's probably going to go to 30 tomorrow just for a spike, and it may go back down. But if it gets above 30, 35, man, make sure you start nibbling for real. Even nibble now, because stocks are lower than they were last week. But again, on the news tomorrow, they're going to say everything is fine. There's going to be all types of headlines, and the headlines are going to affect the stock market. So if tomorrow you turn on television, they say, you know what, there's some peace talks, oil prices can come down. But if overnight you start seeing missiles hit other embassies and other oil production companies or whatever, and they knock out lines and oil lines and all this stuff, and the Strait of Hormuz is blocked, yeah, stocks going down. And if oil is going up, stocks are going down. So just be prepared. Pay attention to the news. Don't fall for the okie doke. Stay woke, like I always tell you. Just pay attention. I'm going to be on it. So I'm going to make some shorts tomorrow. Make sure that I pay attention to what's going on. And obviously, I'm going to provide you some information. Pay attention. Like the channel. Comment on the channel. Let me know what you think. You think oil prices are going to go to 125? And if so, do you think those oil prices are going to affect the economy? I think so. It's my opinion. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just using common sense. If oil prices go up, we're going to pay more money, which means we're going to pull back from buying things that we really need, which is going to affect the economy overall. It's just a common sense thing. That's what I try to use on this channel, just straight up common sense. So in the meantime, stay close to your money, pay attention, stay disciplined, keep investing, buy stocks, like, subscribe to the channel, man. Keep it Econ 100, man. You already know.